What up, YouTube? C. Anthony TV on deck. Canelo Alvarez, #1 pound for pound in the sport of boxing. Canelo, he receives a lot of hate, which I don't know why these days, but a lot of people they don't think he's up to the task. He's not one of the great boxers in the sport. I think he has a really good resume. He's fought Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, fought Triple G twice, Kovalev, Daniel Jacobs, Austin Trout, Billy Joe Saunders, Floyd Mayweather. Plus, on top of that, he really fights often. Unlike a lot of fighters, they might fight once a year, maybe once every other year, every 18 months, something like that. But Canelo, he really puts it in. He puts in the work, and he fights a couple times every couple months. So that's something that I take note of when saying somebody's pound for pound. They're not just holding on to belts; they're actually fighting, moving up, trying to capture more belts. So, and at 160 to 168. I really don't see anybody beating Canelo. There's a lot of competition out there, but I really don't think that they're up to. I don't think they're up to par with his level. Even at 175, I think that Canelo would definitely compete and do well up there. Also, I know Bivol, Beterbiev, those guys are pretty tough, but I think Canelo probably could hold his own. He has good defense, strong, quick, great power punches, great body shots. Plus, he has a great trainer, Eddie Reynoso. Those two really in sync together. They really mesh well in the preparation and as far as executing game plans and things like that. So, I would say shouts out to Eddie Reynoso. I'm not overlooking Caleb Plant, but I don't think that he can. I think he can maybe last a couple of rounds with Canelo before he folds, before he might want to just give up. Reason I say that, I think the body work will definitely take its toll on him when it's time to stand toe to toe and dig down. I don't think he's gonna be worthy to take those shots that Canelo gonna bring, and I don't think he's really faced that kind of power in the past, which I'm sure he's not. Canelo's a hard hitter, in my opinion. So I would say he probably won't last 10 rounds, possible TKO, maybe a lot earlier. I know Eddie Reynoso said possibly a fifth round knockout somewhere around that kind of early. So we have to wait and see. I would say I would love to see him fight Charlo, Andrade, maybe David Benavidez. Of those three, I definitely take David Benavidez as the probably the biggest threat of all those fighters, mainly because of his high work rate. He really works, throws a lot of punches. He likes to come forward, stand toe to toe, try to slug it out, catch you in those exchanges and stuff like that. I think Charlo, he had an opportunity to fight Canelo years ago, but I think he passed on that opportunity. So I don't really think that we'll ever see that fight. I don't think Charlo. I like Charlo. I like both of the Charlo brothers, but I don't think Big Charlo is up to the task of taking on Canelo Alvarez. And even in Charlo's last fight, he didn't look that good. That version of Charlo definitely wouldn't be able to do anything with Canelo Alvarez. I think he'll stand tall for a couple rounds. Canelo will get the timing, and then eventually later in that fight, he would probably just walk him down, have his way with him, take it to the body. Not to underestimate Charlo, but if I had to put the money, I think smart money would say Canelo, and I would say Demetrius Andrade. He talks a good game, but he really hasn't fought anybody. He doesn't really have the resume. Maybe Andrade should maybe fight Benavidez or maybe Charlo. Then the winner can take Canelo. So I think that would be interesting to see, rather than just waiting around to get the payday with Canelo. They could possibly, you can't talk your way into it. Maybe you could fight your way into it. Get Canelo's attention by beating up on each other instead of just trying to iron on him. I would say those guys, they want the big payday, but none of them, in my opinion, they don't really have the resume to contend with Canelo. So that's why I take Canelo definitely, in my opinion, my humble opinion. I consider him #1 pound for pound in the sport of boxing due to his activity level and the competition. He takes belts, he moves on to different divisions, and he still does well. So, and I think Eddie Hearn said they're eyeing a date of somewhere around mid-November for this Canelo fight. So he's definitely, well, not definitely, but seems like they're leaning toward Caleb Plant or Bivol. Bivol's tough. I think that'll be a much better fight than the Plant fight, but I would still pick Canelo in that. I think Canelo's still dangerous when it's time to stand in exchange. I don't see many people taking those punches. Canelo, he might retire with just that one loss on his record to Floyd Mayweather. So we'll keep eyes on this, and I think that'll be it. If you like the content, hit the like button, share, subscribes. It really hurts. It really helps the channel. I meant to say, not hurts. It really helps the channel if you like, share, subscribe. Peace. I'll be right back. 24 hours. Thank you.